The village of Umiuma buzzed with excitement as a sleek black Mercedes-Benz rolled into the dusty square. The children ran after the car, shouting in excitement. As the door swung open, Emeka, once a struggling village boy, now a wealthy young man, stepped out in a flowing agbada embroidered with gold. His dark sunglasses reflected the setting sun as he smirked and threw naira notes into the air. Women ululated, men murmured, and the elders watched in silence. He had returned, but at what cost? Look at me now. Emeka laughed, raising a glass of palm wine in the village square. While you all were suffering in the farm, I was making real money. The villagers listened, some cheering, others silent. An old priest, Isdibia, stepped forward, his red robe flowing in the evening wind. No coma, wealth is good, but the gods see all. Do you know where your riches come from? Emeka scoffed. Old man, save your riddles. My money is my business. He took another sip and tossed a bundle of cash at the priest's feet. The crowd gasped. Isdibia bent down, picked up the money, and threw it into the fire burning in the shrine center. The flames turned blue. The spirits speak, the priest declared. Your hands are stained. Your time is near. Emeka folded his arms, unimpressed. Nonsense. You are just jealous of my success. The priest's eyes darkened. You have mocked the ancestors. When the moon turns red, run to the shrine, or you shall face what you fear most. The villagers shuddered. But Emeka, he simply laughed. Days passed. Emeka continued his lavish lifestyle. He partied, sprayed money, and bought drinks for everyone. He openly mocked the priest. Look at me. The gods cannot touch me. I am untouchable, he roared one night at the village square. But as he laughed, a cold wind swept through the village. The elders looked at the sky, it was darker than usual. A storm was brewing. And with it, something else. That night, Emeka sat in his luxurious mansion, scrolling through his phone when suddenly, crack. The screen shattered in his hands. His heart raced. Outside, his Mercedes-Benz headlights blinked on and off on their own. The television flickered. Then, a whisper. Time is near. His reflection in the mirror moved, but he hadn't moved at all. Emeka leaped up, knocking over his expensive drink. A shadow darted across the room. Who's there? He shouted. Only silence answered him. The following night, he could take it no longer. He ran, barefoot, through the dark village paths. His once perfect agbada was torn, his gold necklace missing. He was being chased, but by what? Shadows with glowing eyes darted between trees, whispering in a language long forgotten. He stumbled, breathing heavily. The moon was full, and in the sky. It was red. Emeka screamed. Help me. Emeka fell to his knees before the ancient shrine, panting. Isdibia stood before him, staff in hand, unmoved. Did I not warn you? Emeka wept. I will give up the money. I will do anything. The priest shook his head. Your wealth is not yours to give. Thunder rumbled. The CBD symbols on the shrine walls glowed. The spirits had already decided his fate. By morning, the village was silent. Emeka's mansion stood still. Its doors were open, yet the house was empty. The expensive clothes and jewelry lay scattered at the entrance, abandoned. The villagers whispered. Where is he? Nobody knew. Some said he fled. Others believed the spirits had taken him. But one thing was certain, Emeka was never seen in Umiuma again. Months later, in a distant town, a beggar sat at the corner of a bustling market. His clothes were torn, his once handsome face weary. Brother, please, help me, he whispered to a passerby. The man turned to look at him, then froze. It was Emeka. The once mighty Yahoo boy had lost everything. The spirits had not taken his life. They had taken his wealth, his pride, and his name.